In this episode, I'm going to teach you how to get your elbows up and fix your front rack position when front squatting. I want you to have the capability to fully move the way your body was designed to, right?
Drop of a hat, I'll take you back to where my problems lie. In trouble, younger daughter done some shit that made my mama cry. Out to the heavens like I bless him, for I know he's lost. Caught in a trance and this manic depression settled in. Living in the fantasy world.
Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Dr. Horschig from SquatUniversity, and this is episode 17 of the Ask Squat U show. Hope everyone's training is going well this week. Let's get to today's question.
Rob asks, I've recently started front squatting with a full grip Olympic style and turned away from the ugly bodybuilding style of crossed arms. It really does cause a lot of discomfort. How do I improve my thoracic and lat mobility to allow me to front squat more comfortably and efficiently?
Alright, so this is one of the most common problems people have when it comes to front squat technique. Today what we're going to do is go over what that technique problem looks like. One of the most common misconceptions is when addressing this problem, and a couple quick ways to fix it. Let's do it. Alright, so let's start by talking about what ideal front squat technique looks like when it comes to the front rack position. Now when we get under the bar, our goal is to drive the elbows up as high as they can go until the bottom of the arm is parallel to the floor. For some people, based on their mobility restrictions, this may mean that you need to let go of the bar a little bit with your hand. And as long as the bar remains on your fingertips and the bar is remaining on top of the chest, that's okay. You don't necessarily have to have a full grip on the bar. So this is what it's going to look like. We'll be under the bar, our elbows are up, I have the bar resting on the tips of my fingers, which means that most of it is supported by my chest and shoulders. From here, I'm going to maintain that position as I squat down. Just like that. Now, for some people, they will have restrictions that will limit their ability to keep their elbows up. Basically, as they go into the squat or just getting under the bar, their elbows are really far down. And it puts a lot of pressure on the wrist joint. Now, most people initially will go, well, it's wrist mobility. You need to do a lot of stretches. Well, actually, what I want to do today is tell you that it's not just your wrist. In fact, most of the problem comes from your lats and your shoulders in mid-back. So if we want to actually address why the problem is there in the first place, we need to address all of those places and get our mindset off of just the wrist. So today what I want to do is take you through a couple steps to improve the mobility in those areas and show you how can it affect your front squat, front rack position. So one of the main limiting factors in your ability to get your elbows up in that front rack position is the flexibility of your lat muscles. These are the big muscles that run down the side of your back and form that V shape you'll see in a lot of big weightlifters, powerlifters, and bodybuilders. Now, an easy way that we can improve this flexibility is with a simple stretch. You're just going to grab a band, attach it to a rig. You're going to get your hands above your head, turn your hands under. This is an externally rotated position. We are going to sit back and lean into it and drop our head under. You'll feel a really good stretch there. So this is what it's going to look like. From here, drop our head, lean into it. About 10 seconds to 30 seconds, and then come out of it. You'll feel a really good stretch on the side, and maybe even in your mid-back. I do about 3 to 5 of those, and then recheck your front squat position and see if that helps you get your elbows up a little higher. This next stretch is going to look a little bit more like your front rack position. You're just going to grab a band, attach it low to your rig. You're going to put it around your hand, and while we're doing this, we want our hand facing upwards. That's an externally rotated position with our shoulder. So we're going to get pointed this way. We're going to get our elbow up, facing this way, and we're going to actually assist a little bit with your arm pushing your elbow back. Big thing to focus on, don't let your lower back extend. Don't arch it, because then you're just getting that motion from your low back and not getting it as much from your upper back and shoulder joint. So from here, push back, hold it for about 10 to 30 seconds, and then relax. And again, test and retest. How does that feel? Can you get your arm up and your hand out to the side a little bit better than you did beforehand? This last stretch is one that we demonstrated before, but is one of my favorites. It's a little bit more of an advanced exercise, but can do a lot of good. You're just going to use a PVC pipe. You're going to grab it in this position with your elbows in close. And if you need a partner, they can sit on this side of the bench and push your elbows together. That's an externally rotated position. Again, you'll see this common theme throughout these to help improve your front rack position. What we're going to do is put our elbows together. You're going to put them right on this box. Now, while we do this, this is similar to the prayer stretch in that we're going down like this. I want you to tuck your butt under a little bit. That's going to keep your low back flat and limit that excessive arching that can place the stress of this movement elsewhere. So we're going to be here. You're going to sit your butt back and down and drop your chest and head down as low as you can. It's going to look like this. And back up. Now you'll feel this sometimes in your shoulders, in your lats, and in your mid-back, your thoracic spine. The more extension we have in your thoracic spine, the better ability you'll have to keep your chest up and allow your elbows to stay in a better position. So that is the box thoracic spine front rack mobility exercise. All right, so there you go. Quick and dirty, 3 simple ways to improve your front rack position and get your elbows up on your front squat. Remember, we didn't touch the wrist joint at all. So if you have pain in your wrist and it feels stiff during your front rack, always look elsewhere, usually up the body, at the lats, the shoulder, in the mid-back. Restrictions in mobility in all 3 of those areas can lead to excessive force on the wrist joint whenever you're doing your standard front squat position. Hope you guys liked today's episode. Question of the day time. What is your movement, your barbell training movement, that gives you the biggest problems? I want to know so we can start going through those different exercises to improve your technique and allow you to be more efficient in your training. Hope you guys, again, liked today's episode. If you did, please share it with your friends and subscribe to my channel. Until next week, happy squatting.
Hometown hero on the road doing shows and sold out arenas. You can call me what you want, but you won't ever slow my dreams up. This is the vision of a dreamer. I seem to